Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is the 15th of February today. I have my NQ chart up. I took a trade already and I'm done in my funded accounts for today. I've literally had the computer open for about 5 minutes. As soon as I opened it up, I saw this setup. We created a range. There was a little bit of news this morning. Well, not that. Anyway, we created a low, we created a high. I mean, this is it was just slapping me in the face, and so I had to take this trade. So I didn't get it in the live stream. I had to hustle to get my trade copier set up, make sure all my accounts were set up the right way, make sure all my I's were dotted and T's crossed, right? And I just hit the sell button. So I did get in late. So when I saw this, I saw that we had created a low and a high from the news. And so usually what happens is when we get those points, we're going to go back to those points likely at some point, and you can see we did. So we created a fair value gap. When we pushed up, we swapped London highs. We came down, we held it. I mean, we did come above it here, but we held below. I have my EMAs, which are just sort of added confluence, right? For what it's worth. We broke down below here. I mean, the entry would have been like up here, right? We should have been in here, or a break of this candle if we wanted to be a little more cautious. Either way, I mean, it was coming down. Once we had a close below here, I just hit the buy button or the sell button, which is why I got in quite late. It just so happened that my 30 point, I don't know, what's my target? I don't even know. 15 points, whatever my ATM strategy is set at. And I got the 15 points right there. So that, 2 contracts, $600, done. So, that's about as easy as it gets right there. So this might be a really short stream today, guys. I'm not going to trade these funded accounts anymore. $600 is enough. We're taking it slow. This will be 4 days in a row where we, the first 4 days, I've only had them for 4 days. So 4 days of profit, 4 days above that $200 sort of threshold you have to have through TopStep. And you can see it's still dropping. I mean, we're probably I haven't done any kind of analysis here. I don't know. These are lines from yesterday. Yeah, so you can see, if we were just to do a quick, if you're just doing a quick, like 50, 2-minute sort of analysis, it's really easy to see these are equal lows right here. So yeah, we're going to come down here probably, or, if we break down, that would be the next stopping point. We've run the London range. We'll see, we'll see if we hold here. The next entry I would be looking for would probably be to see what happens once we get down here. See if we come up to this internal, so the beautiful would be we create some sort of an internal high here. We sweep the lows here. We come up, create a fair value gap, or we, somewhere in here, maybe we do a little retesting. And then we target these highs, right? That would be the sort of ideal setup I would be looking for right here. That's, of course, if we break below here, maybe it hangs out here and goes back up. I doubt it. We created this big fair value gap here, if we inverse this, then yeah, we're probably, there's the potential to go higher, but we likely hold it and come down lower if I were to guess, right? It's not financial advice. Don't do anything based on what I tell you to do. I don't have a crystal ball, but that's what I would be anticipating. That's just crazy. All right, so we're one for one, one for one today. All right, I'm going to switch my data feed. So goodbye TopStep already. We're going to disconnect TopStep. We're going to plug into Apex. We have our 2 evaluation accounts over there. Apex is doing their 1 day to pass little promo from now until next Wednesday, the 21st. So we'll see if something juicy shows up, we'll jump in heavy and see if we can get these passed. I have one of the accounts. There, here we go. One of the accounts is up. I don't know. It's like halfway to the $3,000. The other one made $600 or something yesterday. So still have some work to do in those accounts. Let's take these off for now. Now let's go ahead and go through the regular analysis, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and remove all my drawings. We'll get this set up as if we hadn't already made all our money for the day at 7:57 a.m. How well does your job pay? Can you make $1,200 in the first 5 minutes of your day? Okay. Although trading is really, really, it's a misconception, really. Day traders, we brag that we're in a trade for a couple of minutes, we make all this money. But the reality is, in order to be in a position where you're able to take advantage of those opportunities, I personally have been trading every day, full time, practicing on the weekends, hours and hours and hours and hours for a year and a half to be able to do that. So it's not not that I'm probably a slow learner, so not that it couldn't be done faster, but you don't see the time put in order to be able to say, oh yeah, that's obvious. Right. Okay. What am I doing? We need to go to the daily. Let's start out on the higher time frame. Okay, so we had an inside bar yesterday, inside, bullish bar. So that's good. We're still bullish overall, right? We have this really steep trend line going on. I don't know, something like that. Right, really steep trend line. So until we create a lower low or a lower high and a lower low on the daily, we're still bullish. There's that's obvious, I think. 4 hour, let's see what we got. Data series. Oh no, not that time. I need to show more than 4 days. Okay. All right, so the daily is bullish. We kind of have this mess. We've kind of been grinding up, I think, through this big drop we had on February 13th. So let's see what it takes to break above this and maybe continue higher. The real challenge we have here, I think, is that we have a couple gaps here. We're grinding up through this one, and then up here we've got this one. So it could be a grindy uphill battle if that's the direction that we go. Hourly. Real. What do we got here? All right, so from midnight, basically, we pushed up and we've held that. So we do have this range. This is the range from our news this morning. If you really kind of refine this on the hourly chart, we've got, delete this. And I use these fair value gaps to basically say, okay, this is where price is delivering from, or this is where we're, you know, if we break through, you know, that tells me something. If we're pulling away from it, that tells me something, right? So this actually looks really good to me on the hourly, is that we're kind of delivering from this fair value gap. We're testing this one here. So if this one, excuse me, if this one breaks, likely headed lower. You know, areas of interest would be here. We've got equal lows on the hourly chart right here from earlier in the morning. There we go. And then down here. Okay. And then let's see. I mean, really, you've got 3 equal lows here, 2 equal lows here. Two, I mean, there's some liquidity below us. So even though we're bullish on the daily, this is how we were yesterday, right? Remember yesterday we were stuck in between, you know, kind of, where were we at yesterday in the morning? Up here. Yeah, we were stuck in this range, right? Between this lower gap here. I draw it. You know, we were stuck like between here, and then we had, what did we had something above it. Anyway, we're just going sideways, but very, very wicky, very rangy, which, you know, if you're ranging, if you like taking trades in those ranging markets, they work pretty good. And I think, the one thing I didn't mention is yesterday after the stream ended, I jumped in a trade because it popped up, I mean, literally 2 minutes after I ended the stream, and I was about ready to close down, and I had to jump into it. So I jumped into it with my 2 eval accounts, my Apex accounts, and that's where I made my money in my eval accounts yesterday. So it wasn't on stream, but it was right afterwards. All right, so let's go down to the 15. All right, so I mean, all these lines, right, from the hourly chart match up exactly on the 15, so that's good. Let's refine this fair value gap down here. I want to make it smaller. Yeah, so we have this lower fair value gap on the 15. So is this going to hold? We've tapped this level a couple of times. Or are we going to move higher? We'll refine this a little bit. There. I'm going to change the color on this one so that I know this is from the hourly. Okay, there we go. So we're sort of set up. Again, we've already made our money in our funded accounts. So we're trading evals right now. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to change my trade copier. I used the Apex trade copier, and I made, when I first started using this thing, I ended up, I don't know, I think I made every mistake known to man in this silly copier. But I learned my lesson, and now I always close it completely and reopen it to reset it. I never just change accounts, or like I disconnected from TopStep, reconnected to Apex. I'm not going to go in here and adjust things because I've just seen it do weird things and I don't trust it. So I do that every day too. When I open it up, I close it. I should do that at the end of the day, just close the thing at the end of the day, but. Okay, so we've got April CL, and I'm doing March NQ. Looks like we changed contracts in oil. 283 is the leader. All right. Here we go. All right, what a morning. So if you missed it, the trade this morning, I got in right. I mean, I opened the charts and I saw this, and I got my stuff set up as quickly as possible so I could enter in. I ended up getting in the trade right about here, and I sold out at this line here for 15 points. So a little scalp. Well, that says 20, but I got 15. Okay, and now we're doing exactly what I expected us to do. We're holding this fair value gap. Now we're going to drop down likely to these levels down here. Let's jump over to oil real quick since we are in the opening range. We're setting up the opening range for oil. Let's just get sort of oriented here. We're at the top of the London range. Overnight open is below us, which is excellent. All of our lines are below us, which is excellent. And we're just pushing up. We've been pushing up. Well, we came down yesterday, I guess, so this is kind of a retracement, perhaps. See how much retracement it is. But this is setting up nicely for any kind of long entries, I guess. Wait and see what happens. Go ahead and get my account set. I think 83 is my leader account on my copier. 83. And we're going to go in heavy on these ones. CL. Which one do I do? I do the 30-15. 5 contracts. You know, change it over here on the NQ side too, just so I can have that. You can do 10 contracts in Apex, but we'll just do yeah, so the question in the chat about my levels on NQ. So I don't overthink it too much. We'll go back to NQ. I start higher. I start from the daily and then work my way down, and I'll mark the levels from the hourly, and then when we get down to the 15, I'll usually refine them a little bit because that's really what I trade from is the 15. But I like to put them on starting at the hourly just so I can, you know, see where they line up. So really these are, you know, buy side and sell side liquidity based on the 15-minute time frame. And what I'm looking at is we have all these equal lows right here, right? So could probably refine this maybe down to this level. And then same thing here, 2 equal lows here on the 15. And then we've got multiple equal lows down here. So if we get down here, if we get past this, this is going to be, I think, a really juicy spot to target. So, and then this fair value gap on the 15. This fair value gap here, the salmon color, is from the hourly chart. And the reason that I left it there is that if we look at the hourly chart, this was the initial fair value gap from this drop 2 days ago. And we held it earlier. You know, we held it in the London session. We're holding it here. And so there's also a fair value gap that matches up with the 15-minute fair value gap here. So we're just kind of in this range. Because the overall bias is bullish on the daily, my thought process is that for now I'm bearish until we break above this, and then I'll probably be bullish. But ideally I would like to see us hold below this hourly fair value gap and then break below this 15-minute fair value gap. You know, and then hopefully we come lower, or if not, if we hold this and reject, wait till we come up here to start moving higher. So, you know, I really should, while I'm here, I'm just gonna, let's mark out some buy side up here, just because if we do break above here, that would be the next level, and then obviously up here. So I don't overthink this too much. I'm just, you know, these spikes are points that stick out. Price likes to move there, so I just put a line there. And back to the 15-minute. All right. Okay, 810, 810. So we are holding here. I mean, hasn't given it up yet, but you know, we've got a couple minutes till the open, 20 minutes till the open. See what happens before then. 4 minutes for our open range in oil to form. You are very welcome for that explanation. Hopefully I'm explaining it correctly. These are ICT principles, and I would certainly encourage you, if you haven't already, to go look at ICT's content. It's extensive and can be overwhelming. But he put together a really nice video that shows how he would suggest that you go through his content. And I started that process. I mean, I've watched hours and hours and hours and hours of his stuff. So I haven't gone through it kind of the way he suggested necessarily. The other part of it is he's got so much that I feel like until you get one kind of concept down to where you can really kind of understand it. You know, he's got order blocks and breaker blocks and rejection blocks and, you know, market maker buy models and market maker sell models, and I mean tons of stuff. So I take a very, very simple approach to things. You know, there's probably a lot I'm missing because I'm you know, haven't gone into it as deeply as, you know, lots of other folks have. So anyway, I say all that just to say I hope I don't explain, you know, I hope I don't explain it wrong, but I'm explaining it how I use it. So hopefully that helps. Looking for a good trade for my Apex account so I can be done for the day. That's what we're looking for. And I suspect it's going to come in oil unless we break down here. Excuse me, man. This I got a cold a couple weeks ago, and I mean I'm over the cold, but the just this nagging tickle sound in my chest is driving me crazy. Yeah, the 2022 mentorship is good information. He definitely has a unique teaching style. And at first I thought, boy, this guy is just so really full of himself and he just likes to talk. But what I learned was, and I don't know if he does it on purpose or it just sort of comes naturally, but it's almost like he teaches subliminally when he's going on these rants. And it's kind of hard to explain, but there's a lot to trading that's sort of, you know, psychology, how you look at the market overall, you know, the lens that you see the world through. And a lot of his rants, I think, help develop that piece of the puzzle. And he slips all these little nuggets in there along the way. So, you know, it's a lot to go through sometimes, but I do think it's beneficial. All right, let's get rid of some of these. Get rid of that fair value gap. This is our 15-minute fair value gap. Do I really want this here? I'm going to get rid of this on all charts. I'm going to leave it here. There we go. We'll just eyeball that fair value gap over on the 15, but I mean, we have the 750 macro, right? Or 850 Eastern macro, right? I'm in Central Time, so all my times are Central Time. Should probably just adjust my clocks to be Eastern Time for sake of clarity, but I'm outside of Chicago, so we are Central Time. We're holding below here. I still feel like we're going to go lower. I just don't know when. You know, I kind of feel like you have to be a unique guy or girl, right? A unique trading takes a unique person, I think. It's as much art as it is science sometimes. All right, let's pop over to oil because we've come back down to our gold line. We've come back down to our overnight open. Kind of curious to see what goes on here. I would really love to see this touch the overnight open again. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be wondering if it's, you know, I want to take a rejection off of this gold line, but I also know it may want to come down further, so it'd be really nice if we got a false breakout and then pulled to the other side. This is kind of a tight opening range. Well, no, 40 ticks. That's not bad for the opening range. We are in evaluation mode right now on Apex. Oh. See, we were too slow. Ended up losing 6 ticks on that. Part of it was we also had a trade on NQ. Look at this guy. Oops. So we're going to let this play out for a second. Let's go back to NQ. So we held this fair value gap. Now we're dropping back down, which if you're a fan of the gold line, it was also a gold line rejection. So now do we break through and come back down to the next level of liquidity down here? I don't know. But that seems likely to me. Time will tell. Okay, check out our oil trade. It's not moving much. Zoom in here. All right, so target's at 30 ticks, just because that's what it is. So would that be 300 times 5? So $1,500. Well, that's what. So we need a little bit more than that. We'll see if we get it. Yeah, let me check and see where those accounts were at. Let's see, Apex. Apex redid their website. I really like it, actually. It looks nice, but things have moved, so now I got to figure out where they're at. All right, so let's see. My account balance on the account that is doing the best is at $51,736. So I need $1,300 to get that one passed. All right, so if we hit that target, we would pass one account. I guess that's okay. That was the main thing, is I want to make sure that one account gets passed if, you know. We're going to do it that way. I'm not liking this much. I'm not going to lie. I need this candle to hold above the midline of the opening range. If it doesn't, then this looks more like a rollover to me. Like I said, we still have stuff down here that price may want to come down to. So, you know, if I'd have been in at the right spot here, I'd feel much more comfortable because, you know, we'd be up 13 instead of 7. All right, we're holding above there, so that's okay. If we get a push. Seems like we're always in the situation where we're in a trade before the equity markets open, and it just chops till the equity market is open, and then it moves a little bit. While that's making up its mind, back over on NQ. Well, it doesn't want to drop yet. All right. So what would have a gold line trade done there? Could have got about 10 points. So we're still holding them. Now we're pushing up. So, all right, well, leaving all these equal lows. All right, oil. Well, we're still grinding up. Problem with Apex is they have these trailing live trading trailing drawdowns. Which I don't like, but you know, it's the way it goes. So we got 14 ticks from our high, so that means if we came back and stopped out break even, we would lose 140 times 5. So what's that? 5 times 4 to $700. So I mean that's not a lot, but you would lose $700 on your trailing drawdown, even though you don't lose any money on the trade. So that's why I'm not going to leave my stop loss down here, because if we, that would be too much, right? We would be, if this were to come down, we'd lose, yeah, there we go. We'd lose what, 28 ticks worth of trailing drawdown. So anyway. All right, well, we made 50 bucks on that trade. Just didn't go anywhere. Which again, I'm not, we'll see. It may just chop around and continue to move up. I don't know. We'll see. All right, well, let's go to NQ. And we will just watch it until the open in 5 minutes. Definitely not going to get in a trade right before the open. We will wait and see. Oh, I didn't realize it was muted. Oh, phone call. Hold on. All right, guys, I got the grout guy here to do some repair on some grout. So I've got to run up and mute him. So I will be back in a minute. Give me just a sec. Okay, we're back. What did we miss? Okay, well, there we go. It was very, very choppy, but now we're headed down there, aren't we? All right, just getting back to my screen. I almost wonder if we get a pullback up here. I think I'm going to probably try and jump in low short because, you know, I'm just so confident we're going to get down here and we could actually get further. So this is a very, very late entry only because I haven't been watching it at my screen. There we go. Love it when a good plan comes together, right? Now we would really like to get these accounts passed right now. So if we get up to the $1,500, I got one account at 15, the other one. Again, I got these stupid trailing drawdowns on these accounts is what really makes me nervous in these because you can lose a lot of trailing drawdown. Yeah, look at this. We're going to get, should have just taken that. We're up over $1,000. We're going to get back in this. It's still coming down. And if it doesn't, if it stops us out, then that's almost better, right? Okay, we're back up 800. Don't wick me out of this again, please. There you go. Okay, so we got 16 of 1,500, so one account passed. See if it comes down here. So, I mean, it played out exactly like we, expected it to. I'm not going to push the envelope and try to get the other one passed. We'll take a trade tomorrow. There's no reason to rush it, but that's another Apex account. Well, I think. Oh, geez, I say that. Let me see. I don't want to go log into my Rhythmic to see what my balance is, so. We made $1,600 in 84. And what was it here? We were at 660 plus 16, 22. So only need 800 more bucks. Do we think we're still coming down a little bit? Watch it rip up and I just lose that account. Ha! Really need $600. Yeah, this is risky. If this doesn't work, whatever. We'll reset it and start over again. Yeah, this isn't looking good. It's not looking good. Oh, no. We gave it all back. Oh, actually, we didn't give away that much. We didn't give away that much. That's okay. Uh-oh. Let's look at oil, though, because... All right, we have our false breakout. We have a retest of the gold line. It'd be really nice if it was a retest of this gold line, but... You know, I'm going to... All or nothing, man. Let's just pass these accounts and get it over with, shall we? That's right. Pull down for me. We're just going to be risky. All right. This is for all the marbles. 10 contracts. We are in heavy. $100 per tick. We need $2,400. So we need 24 ticks ish. Let's say 25. Something like that. We got a break of our opening range. Oops, what am I doing? See if we get a run out of it or if it stops. Well, it doesn't seem to have much momentum right now, so nothing would surprise me. All right, so we would need it to hit just above the 50%, 50% of the opening range. Damn, this is really like low momentum choppiness up here, so I'm not. Like I say, nothing at this low point would surprise me, right? Ooh, But oil can be choppy, so we'll let it chop. We're gonna move to break even though, because we got this low here, so we're sort of trailing the candle, sort of. Kinda, sorta. Come on. Let's go, oil. So if you're doing the inside bar strategy over here, it looks like you might have been okay. You might have won right there. The 5-minute chart. We are just going to see if we can get another Apex account passed. It's not looking too exciting right now. Got to be careful on these trailing drawdowns. It's one thing I like about TopStep because there's no intraday trail, so you can kind of let things work their way out. As long as you don't lose money on the trade, you know, it's kind of no harm, no foul, but not with Apex. And so when you're in 10 contracts, if it moves up a little bit, it comes back a little bit, you can almost lose your account in just, you know, normal market sort of fluctuation on the way up without, you know, actually losing money. You just lose it to your trailing drawdown. So I've done that before. So it keeps like poking up, pulling back, poking up, pulling back. I mean, I guess as long as it keeps doing that, keeps moving up, that's what we need it to do. All right, so we made a little bit back right there. That's all right. We just trailed our stop type because you kind of got to do that with Apex. Otherwise, we'd probably still be in it. All right. See if it comes back down. I don't know. I mean, we're holding the open range. I guess we go back to 5 contracts so that we felt comfortable giving it a little more room to move. I don't know. We're going to give it another try here. Only 5 contracts this time. We're going to be a little more cautious. We're going to trail these candles. So that target would be $1,500 if we were to hit it. $1,500 in this trade. I'm not sure if that'd be quite enough to get the account passed, but maybe. Over here on NQ, look at this. Look how these levels hold, man. I mean, the bodies are holding this right here. I mean, if we break below this, we got some, I don't know. Did I have another line down here? I thought I did. All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's go, oil. Oops, sorry, we're not on oil. There we go. Let's go, oil. Go, 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 go. So if we'd held our original one, boy, we would have easily been there already, right? Oh my gosh. Flying. She's flying. Go fill up your car today. It might be more expensive tomorrow. Come on, man. 4 more, 5 more. You can do it. Oh, don't do that to me. All right. We're just gonna, again, I'm nervous about this trailing drawdown. All right, so we're at 2,000. I don't know what my commissions are. It's kind of a fun day. So we're at 2,500. We need like 500 more bucks. $500 more. It'll be 5 ticks on 10 contracts. I think we can get 5 ticks on 10 contracts. That's it. Are we going to keep going up? It's probably dumb. Well, we had a strong push. Likely we get a little bit more out of it. I mean, it's not unreasonable, I guess is probably the way to put it. We can give ourselves 5 ticks there. Move our stop loss up here. If it just comes back down and stops us out, then we'll just be done for the day. But we had an inside bar here. Inside bull bar. Come on, oil. 5 ticks. Give it to me. Bring it on. Or not. Or maybe. Or we'll lose 5 ticks and have to start over again. Oh no. Ouch. That hurt. I lost $1,000 on that. That's okay. All right, I need to log into Rhythmic over here and see what's going on, because You gotta watch these silly trailing drawdowns. All right, I gotta change my stuff here. Oh, I remember. Oh, nice. Rhythmic remembers your password. That's cool. All right, so our one account's at 53,256. That's passed. Oh wow, we passed it by a lot. Account balance on the other one's 1,501. So we still need $1,500. Trailing thresholds at, so we only have 1,000. Oh, all right. Okay, I gotta run. Give me a sec. I'll be back. All right, we're back again. Okay, tile guy is done. All right, so I have my rhythmic up now so I can see where I'm at. Let's see if we can. I mean, honestly, I'm not trading great, and we're only trading in an eval account, so if I lose it, I'm not gonna lose any kind of sleep over it. So we jumped into an NQ trade over here. Is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Please break. Please break. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. Come on. Okay, what is that? Oh, seriously? My account balance is 52986. There we go. 53091. Okay, guys, we are done for the day. We passed 2 Apex accounts. We made our money in our funded accounts. Easy day today. Market behaved exactly as it should. Tanya's looking at taking a long right here. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not listening to her. I'm just watching her screen, so I shouldn't say. But so that's it. So yeah, our ending balance, our P&L, $2,400. Yeah, we did fine. We did good. We got 2 of them passed. All right, when it's good, it's good. We'll take it. So that's it for today. Short day. What time is it? 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock? It's not even, well, yeah, it is Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet hours, 9 Eastern, right? So don't know how that shook out, but we're done for the day. Thanks for those who stopped in and said hi. Appreciate the comments. And trade safe.